Welcome. Please sit in a comfortable place, relax your mind, and get ready to listen and learn English through a story. Today, we will listen to the story of Moses, told in simple English for Level 2 learners. Try to listen carefully. You can pause and repeat each part to practice your speaking and pronunciation. This is a story about courage, patience, leadership, and faith. Long ago, in the land of Egypt, there lived a large group of people called the Israelites. They were not free. They worked as slaves for the Egyptian king, called Pharaoh. Their lives were very hard. They worked long hours building cities and monuments. Pharaoh was afraid because the number of Israelites was growing very fast. He thought they might become powerful and fight against Egypt. So he made strict and cruel rules. One terrible rule was that every newborn Israelite baby boy must be killed. The people were afraid and very sad. At that time, a woman from the Israelite community gave birth to a baby boy. She loved him very much and wanted to save him. She hid him in her house for 3 months. But when she could not hide him anymore, she made a small basket from reeds and covered it so water could not enter. She gently put the baby inside and placed the basket among the tall plants near the river. The baby's sister stayed nearby to watch what would happen. Soon, Pharaoh's daughter came to the river to bathe. She saw the basket and asked her servant to bring it. When she opened it, she saw the crying baby. She felt compassion and decided to save him. She knew he was one of the Israelite children, but she still wanted to protect him. The baby's sister came forward and offered to find a woman to take care of the child. Pharaoh's daughter agreed. The sister quickly brought her own mother, the baby's real mother. In this way, the child's mother was able to care for him safely. Later, the boy was taken to the palace and raised as a prince. Pharaoh's daughter named him Moses. Moses grew up in the royal palace. He received good education and learned the ways of the Egyptians. But he also knew that he was an Israelite. One day, when he was older, he went outside and saw an Egyptian guard beating an Israelite slave. Moses became very angry. He looked around, and when he thought no one was watching, he struck the guard and killed him. He hid the body in the sand. The next day, he saw 2 Israelites fighting and tried to stop them. But one of them said, "Will you kill me like you killed the Egyptian?" Moses realized that people knew what he had done. Pharaoh also heard about it and wanted to punish Moses. So Moses ran away from Egypt. Moses traveled far into the desert and came to a land called Midian. There he helped some shepherd girls who were being treated badly by other shepherds. Their father was kind and invited Moses to stay with the family. Moses married one of his daughters and became a shepherd. For many years he lived a quiet life, taking care of sheep and walking across the desert. One day, while Moses was leading his sheep near a mountain, he saw something strange. A bush was on fire, but it was not burning away. The flames were there, but the plant stayed green. Moses went closer to look. Then he heard a voice calling his name. The voice came from the burning bush. It was God speaking to him. God told Moses that he had seen the suffering of the Israelites in Egypt and wanted to free them. God chose Moses to go back to Egypt and speak to Pharaoh. Moses felt afraid and unsure. He said he was not a good speaker and not strong enough for such a big mission. But God told him not to fear and promised to help him. God said Moses' brother Aaron would speak with him. Moses returned to Egypt with Aaron. They went to Pharaoh and gave God's message, "Let the people go." But Pharaoh refused. He made the slaves work even harder. Then many great troubles, called plagues, came upon Egypt. The river turned to blood, frogs covered the land, insects filled the houses, and darkness covered the sky. Each time Moses warned Pharaoh, but Pharaoh's heart remained hard. Finally, after a very terrible last plague, Pharaoh agreed to let the Israelites leave. The Israelites left Egypt quickly. Moses led them. But soon Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army to bring them back. The Israelites reached a large sea, and they were trapped between the water and the army. The people were terrified. Moses told them not to be afraid. A strong wind blew all night, and the sea opened, making a dry path through the middle. The people walked across safely. When Pharaoh's army tried to follow, the waters returned and covered them. The Israelites were free. After this, Moses led the people through the desert. Life there was not easy. Sometimes they had no water or food, and they complained. Still, they continued their journey. Moses often went up the mountain to pray and receive guidance. On one mountain, he received important laws and teachings for the people. These laws helped them build a just and moral community. Moses taught them how to live with honesty, respect, and responsibility. The journey in the desert lasted many years. Moses became a strong and patient leader. He guided the people, solved their problems, and reminded them to stay faithful and thankful. Even when people made mistakes, he continued to guide them. He showed courage in difficult times and humility in moments of success. The story of Moses teaches us many lessons. It teaches us to stand against injustice, to protect the weak, and to have courage when facing powerful problems. It teaches us that leadership is not about power, but about service and responsibility. It also teaches us patience, because big change often takes time. Thank you for listening to this English learning story. You can listen again and repeat the sentences to improve your pronunciation and fluency. Slow listening and repeating will make your English stronger day by day.